All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Radash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole collective Israel. And basically, the title of this lesson is going to be after Jeremiah, the second chapter, in the 14th verse, where it goes, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? And the simple answer to that is, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the biblical Israelites, we have forsaken our power. We have turned away from YAHAWASHI and done none of which he has commanded us to do, all right, which is being an example of righteousness on the planet Earth. You know, the world was made for our sakes. You know, we had these other heathen nations. All right, the Most High made them, you know, for us. You know, the things that are on this earth for the benefit of you Israelites. You know, and then down to the rest of the vessels here on the earth. You know, the other heathens, okay, the other all of creation, all everything here on this earth that has breath, okay, was part of your inheritance, okay. The heathen, everything, all right, and that's part of being a son of the Most High. That is your inheritance, all right. The portion of Jacob is not like them. You know, he is the lot of my inheritance. He is the form of all things, all right. The Most High put his name on his people here on the earth, all right, as a representation of the Heavenly Father. Okay, so again, the world was made for our sakes, but we are being reproached. All right, we are the people that can't get right. All right, we excel in everything except for being a holy nation. We excel in wickedness. We excel in athletics. All right, we excel at everything except for what the Most High intended us to be, which is being sons of the power. All right, Yasha Allah. You know, he Prince of Power. You know, he Prince of the Power, and that power being the creator of all existence, right, of the universe. Everything you see, your eye can touch, you can imagine, think, it all belongs to YAHAWASHI. All right, the creator of everything. All right, and he put his name on the people here on the earth. All right, which is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, which is a stretch, okay, to the minds of the people in this world. Okay, but we fit the curses as well as we fit the blessings. All right, because we are these people that the Bible talks about. Okay, and well, I'm just gonna get started on the lesson. This is which is the title of the lesson. This is Jeremiah chapter 2, in verse 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Okay, again, because we have been disobedient. All right, we have been disobedient children. All right, the Most High is punishing us. All right, we've been given over to our enemies. All right, not because of the Most High for us to be destroyed, which is, I'm quoting Book 4 and 6, if I'm not mistaken. All right, we were delivered onto our enemies, not to be destroyed. Because why? Because we moved the Most High to wrath. All right, we tested him. You know, he said what we shouldn't do, and when we did it, you know, being stiff-necked and you know, that without that fear, okay, without that reverence. All right, that's why our people are in a terrible state. You know, we're the lowest state we've ever been in history. All right, and the illusion is that we have so quote unquote freedoms. We can go outside and walk, go to the store, you know, but we are bound to our bondage. Okay, we cannot establish ourselves if we wanted to. You see the movements in the past, or Malcolm X and those other movements. Okay, it never worked. It never liberated our people. All right, it was all just you know, a fun and games type thing. You know, it didn't last because it was of men. All right, the Most High said, "No man shall buy us," meaning deliver us. A man is not going to deliver us. That's why our power is going to send his only begotten, which is YAHAWASHI. You know, he who was going to return not as a man. Okay, but you know, not stemming too far off. You know, just to show you real fast, you know, what happened to us, you know, because we've been disobedient. So let me go to Deuteronomy. All right, Deuteronomy chapter 28, and I'm gonna read verse 15. All right, so Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord Yahawah, thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And that's what happened to us. All right, these curses, which you read all the way down after verse 15, are all these curses cleave onto us. All right, one of those curses being us being delivered onto our enemies by cargo slave ships, and being in a far land, a far country, which our fathers have not known, who we shall serve a strange people, where they worship strange gods and follow strange customs, and do strange things, things that are inconvenient and contrary to the words of YAHAWASHI. Okay, because these people, they don't know who YAHAWASHI is, you know, and that's why this word separates you, makes you an alien, because, you know, that's that sanctification, you know, that separation the Most High made between His people and the other nations, the others. You know, that's really what it falls down to. It's Yasha, you know, meaning, you know, He, the Prince of Power, you know, the descendants, the inheritance, the genealogy, okay, the bloodline, you know, I'll say that, you know, the royal bloodline of the children of the Most High. Okay, and then you have the others, you know, that's it, which the other nations are counted as spittle, you know, a drop in the bucket. Okay, compared on to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and that's why we still say so-called, because that's a curse. You know, us being a byword and a proverb, being everything under the sun except for who we really are, which are we are the children of the Most High. You know, and us being an astonishment, you know, and the laughing stock, you know, our women, you know, not having glorious hair, and you know, all these curses. Again, you read after. You know, the 15th verse in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, all these curses, you know, they cleave onto us. We live in a nation which is which we built, which we don't bear any fruit from. You know, we're not inheriting or holding on to any wealth or accumulating any wealth here in this nation. You know, we're just servants. You know, and you know, you can be a quote unquote millionaire and whatever you may have it. Okay, but no manner of success will take these curses off upon you. Okay, and all the people and of our people that are in the world and so to say have you know, joined hand in hand with the wicked as far as their reward, all right, they're gonna be cut down, or they're gonna be greatly humbled, all right, because you have nothing to do with these other heathen nations, and you have nothing to do with this nation besides you serving your punishment. Okay, because before you read the 15th verse, you know, from Deuteronomy chapter 28, 1 down to verse 14. It was all the blessings that we would inherit if we just listened, okay? You know, if we just listened, you know, but we didn't, all right? So that's why we're in the state we're in today, and it's always been like that. All right, every captivity, the Most High, all right, I'm gonna send you to your enemies. You're gonna dwell there such and such amount of time, and then I'm gonna get you out. I'm gonna put you back in your land, and you know, you do what you're supposed to do, and you'll stay here. What happened? Time goes on, you know, we wax fat, you know, and we forsake the Most High again, okay? Every captivity, Assyrian captivity, Neo-Babylonian captivity, the Persian captivity, all right, the Greco-Roman captivity, and here in the modern day Greco-Roman captivity, you know, which is so-called America, all right, Babylon the Great, okay, the modern day Egypt, you know, I forgot to mention Egypt, okay, because this is basically Egypt all over again, okay, we're coming into a second Exodus, all right, because Most High is getting ready to what? Deliver us again. Okay, but this is that last time He's going to do it. Why? Because we're going to be perfect, all right, which we've been created in the first place to do. All right, the Most High, He made man to be upright, but we sought out many inventions, meaning we started making up our own thing. Okay, and that's why again we have fell. We have fell to the state that we're in. You know, we were up. You know, we were our first estate, man. Again, we was rulers of the earth. Okay, inheritors of the earth, which is ours. This is our earth. Okay, everything is ours, okay, because it's the Heavenly Father's which He's giving unto us. That's what you get in inheritance, okay. So, you know, staying on topic with the lesson, okay, you know, are we homebred slaves, homeborn slaves? It's lucky. Are we, you know, why are we spoiled? Okay, you know, again, I'm gonna move on to what I have. Isaiah 42. Just harping on the point, okay? Why are we spoiled? Why are we in the state that we're in? Why are we in the worst neighborhoods? You know, why are we born with a handicap? You know, it's that much harder for us to make it in society, so to say, than the average so-called white man, which is the Edomites, or so-called Chinese man, which are the Moabites, all right, so on and so forth. Okay, you rarely ever, you know, if you hear stuff, it's always, oh, the first black, you know, the first African American, the first this, and it's 2019. You know, we've been in this country for hundreds of years, and the progress that we have from which we were is not that much, okay, because we are still under bondage, right? We're still under ownership on this devil, the so-called white man, and he's not going to let us go. Okay, but the thing is, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you became comfortable, or you became docile. You know, became a tamed animal. Okay, and you've been indoctrinated. Okay, you know, that's what has happened to our people. Why? Because we've been destroyed. Okay, to a point where we are today. Okay, where we don't even know who we are. Right, and that's the thing. We don't know who we are. So that's why we have like identity crisis. You know, we want to be like this. You want to learn kung fu. We want to do this. You know, because we don't have no sense of identity. You know, we're a people robbed and spoiled. Our heritage is all destroyed. You know, and they give us what our oppressor has given us. You know, these bywords and proverbs, and we live off that. Okay, you know, but they never want to tell us our true history. You know, our history goes back beyond slavery. All right, we were rulers. All right, you know. Even with the Moors, we ran Europe. Okay, the so-called white man has completely destroyed us and went above and beyond. All right, to the point where where we are today, where where our people have no idea what's going on, have no idea who they are. They don't know who their enemy is. You know, they don't know anything. You know, besides what time the game's coming on and when their paycheck's coming in. Okay, but what was I? Oh, Isaiah 42. Isaiah 42, and I'm going to start at verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes. You know, we're in traps. All right? And they are hid in prison houses. You know, who is the main population of the jails and the incarceration rate in this country? All right, as you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans would take up a huge chunk. Okay, you know, for the same crimes, you're doing double the time. You know, which which if it was the other way around, you know, which would the so-called white man, you get off on probation. Okay, you know, this is part of the curses. Okay, we are the people that can't get right. All right. You know, no matter how much you try to unify and liberate our people, it will come to naught. All right, because the Most High is the one who put this jail sentence on us. Okay, ain't no breaking out of jail. Ain't no El Chapo, bailing you out, digging yourself out the bathroom. It's not happening. Okay, the only way out of here is going to be by these chariots. All right, but continuing, they are for a prey and none deliver it. For a spoil and none say it for store. Ain't nobody saying, all right, let's put you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans back in your right estate, put you back in your proper mind. Okay, they don't want to do other, these other nations don't want to do that. Why? Because that means they would be in subjection under us. Okay, our people don't have a rulership mentality; they have a servant's mentality because it's been beaten into us to be servants. We've been tamed like that Willie Lynch letter. They tamed us and treat us like we're animals. And they beat you until you're obedient. Until when they say sit, you sit. When they say stay, you stay. Okay, this is what this so-called white man has done unto us in other nations also, because they let this man do these things unto us, and they don't say a thing. They all have a guilty conscience, but they're what? They're still what? Ishmael is still gonna sell you these heavy drinks in the liquor store. Okay, and he's gonna sell you cigarettes. They don't, and Moab's gonna put pork in your food, and he's not gonna feel too bad. He's not gonna feel too bad about it because he's making money off you. Okay, you are enterprise. Okay, they make money off you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the biggest consumers in this country. All right, so when they see you, they see dollar signs. Okay, that's how they see you. That's why they smile and be all friendly to you. Why? Because money. That's it. All right, but no one's saying restore us. No one's saying let's come together. It's lousy attempts. All right, you have the Nation of Islam and these other lousy groups, but they don't understand that the Most High is the one who has done this, and they don't want to. And that shows you how stiff-necked they are. All right, they don't want to acknowledge what they have done, and they want to blame the Most High for the state that we're in. They want to take it upon their own hands to deliver their own selves. Right, and it never has worked. Never worked, and it never will. Okay, because the times we're heading into, you people are getting ready to see, the fury of YAHAWASHI. He's tired of giving you people second chances. He's tired of being long suffering. He's tired of you guys' bullcrap. And that's why you think the Most High is all lollipops and hugs. No, the Most High is a man of war, and he's sick of the nonsense. All right, like a father he is. He's getting ready to whoop a lot of people, and his whooping means he's gonna go into the spirit world. Okay, he gonna whip the spirit at you. You're gonna give up the ghost. All right, it's gonna be violently. All right, and it's not gonna be a pleasant thing. All right, that's why through the fear, man. If you don't have fear, all right, the Most High is gonna make you fear Him. He's gonna make you reverence Him. That's why the Scriptures say every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. The Most High is not playing games. Because look what He has done unto His people. Look what He has done, to His people that He calls by His name. The Most High calls us a comely and delicate woman. Thy maker is thy husband. The Most High, He did this to His people. All right, and we're trying the best of our ability to come back onto Him, but even still, we're not safe because He's still angry. The Most High is coming back, with His vengeance, His anger, and basically, that's about separating yourself from this world. All right, and then taking heed, to the best of your ability upon YAHAWASHI. Calling back onto Him. Why? Because He's jealous. He's jealous of the things that's going on here in this world. Because nobody's calling upon Him like the elect are. Which they're supposed to do. But really, all creation's supposed to do. Everything's in order except for the nation of Israel. Okay, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the wicked are gonna do wickedly. All right, but you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're supposed to be that example. And you have to come out of the ways of this world. All right, jealousy is as what the rage of a man. The Most High is mad about His woman, which is the nation of Israel, and he's tired again. He's tired of the nonsense. All right, but continuing this, Isaiah 42 and verse 23. Who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? All right, who will listen? And that's them who have ears to hear and eyes that can see. They understand. What the things that are going on. They understand why. They understand the who. They understand the where, the what. The Most High has revealed them onto them. Why? Because they hearken. They listen. The Most High, He rather have obedience than sacrifice. But our people, they don't listen. All right. But this is verse 24. Who gave Jacob for a spoil? All right, Jacob, which was later name changed to Israel. All right, and then down to the 12 tribes. Okay, the inheritance, the bloodline goes through a seed. All right, which is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and then down to the 12 patriarchs, and on down till today. Because there's no end of any people. All right, those people are still here today. Okay, has the Most High cast away, His people? The Most High forbid. The Most High has not forgotten about us. All right, but we're in our punishment. So he turned His face away for what? But it's going to be just for a moment. But that moment is that time we're living in right now. Because the time in the heavens is different than here on earth. All right. But going back to verse 24, who gave Jacob for his spoil and Israel to the robbers? All right. The ultimate thief is the crimson tide devil, the so-called white man, which is Esau, Edom. He robbed and spoiled every last one of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, where you can't even go back to 2 generations of your family. You don't even know your great-grandfather. You don't even know your great-grandmothers. And if you do, you're lucky. And you probably don't even have a picture. You don't know what they look like. You don't know where they're from. And it's probably, a terrible story anyways. Why? Because, we've been in this land and had caught nothing but straight hell. Because this is hell. We're living in hell. All right, and if you open your eyes, you'll see. The happiest man in the world, he has his eyes closed. Because if you look around, this place sucks. All right. There's nothing but wickedness here. And today is Memorial Day. Where's the memorial for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? Don't nobody care about you. They make a Holocaust museum, but they don't talk about the Holocaust that happened to you you so-called Native Americans. Nobody cares about you. They'll name cars and buildings off of you, but they don't care about you. They'll make casinos about you. Why? Because they can make money off you. They'll make movies about you. But that's because they're making money off you. They'll never tell your true story. They'll never tell you where you come from. They'll never tell you who you are. And And they damn sure won't tell you are the children of the Most High. There's a reason why. Because they're the robbers. I just lost my precept. Because Esau Edom, he raped, robbed, and murdered every last one of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, because of our forefathers. What happened to our forefathers? Why are we light-skinned? Why are we here in the first place? How did we get here? We didn't swim over here. We didn't fly over here. And we can't leave. No matter where we go, this devil is in ownership of. So meaning he's in ownership of us. Even think of you being an American citizen. You can only leave the country for so long till what? Till you have to report back. And even when you leave, you have to report. And then you have to report to the country that you land into. And we're slaves, okay? No matter where you go, they got to keep track of you. What are you doing? What are you buying? All these things. Why? Because you are a slave, okay? And simple to prove that is the birth certificate, okay? You're a dollar sign. You are a property of the state. As soon as you be born, you sign off saying you're property of the state. That's why you get taxed, just like any other good gets taxed, because you are a slave. All right. And now for your forefathers, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, is why this country is in the way it is. Okay, we built this country, and like Scripture say, we would have healed Babylon. If the Most High didn't deliver us out here, obviously we'd be destroyed by then. But we're the one that pushes this country. But the spirit of this country, so to say. Football games, who's on the field? Basketball games, who's on the field? TV shows, movies, you name it. Okay. Who's the one that's going all crazy with these holy holidays? Jigsaw dressed up, going all out. Why? Because we are the spirit of this of this country. We make this country. Okay. But anyways, continuing to verse 24, I'll read it again. It says Isaiah chapter 42, verse 24. Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers, which is damn devil Esau? Did not the Lord YAHAWASHI, against whom we have sinned? Exactly, the Most High did this. All right, the Most High is the one that sold us on to our enemies, gave us over to the robbers. Why? I was just going to say right here, continuing, for they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law. Simple as that. We don't listen. We don't listen to our own parents. We don't listen to nobody, no figure of authority, we listen to besides the devil, which is backwards, but we don't listen to the Most High, the Creator. Yeah. But that's our people, stiff-necked. They don't listen. They want to all turn from their wicked ways. But continuing on the point that I'm harping on, this is Jeremiah chapter, what did I write? 15. Jeremiah chapter 15 and verse 5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest? Nobody. Nobody cares what happened to you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They say, what? Get over it. You're making excuses. There's all type of examples of a select few who, so to say, made it out of this, got away from these curses pretty much. But that's just an illusion, To make it out, to make it to the top in this society, what do you ultimately have to do? You have to completely forsake YAHAWASHI. And even the people that have nothing, the average day Jake, they completely what? They forsoken the Most High. Not at all enter into his thoughts. And if they do, they're worshiping him in vain, to be seen of men. But all Jake want to do is shine. Shine. I want to be looked at. I no fault at them because this is our, the state that we're in. But they don't realize, the ignorance, that the things that they do is the cause of their reality. Things that are happening onto us is because of our own doing. All that shining, it's dulled our soul. Our people, have no light in them. And this is a generational thing. This isn't just an overnight thing. This is generation after generation after generation of disobedience. To where, or you drive in the wrong neighborhood and you look at our people like we're at the zoo. A bunch of wild animals. This is what happened to our people. Okay? But again, nobody's gonna ask, how do you feel or what? Nothing. No one's gonna have pity upon you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. No one. Why? Read. This is verse 6. Thou hast forsaken me, saith the Lord Yahweh. Thou art gone backwards, being backsliding. Meaning going the wrong way. Backwards. It's not. Again. It's our disobedience. All right. But continuing. Therefore will I stretch out my hand against thee and destroy thee. I am weary with repenting. He's tired of warning us and telling us, no, don't touch that. Don't do that. Come over here. Listen. Stop talking. Stop doing what you're trying to do. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get. And then Most High, he's tired of warning us and telling us no. And telling he's sick of our nonsense. So again, this is why the state that we're in. We train the Most High, of His patience, because of our disobedience. So the Most High, he kicked us out the Holy Land, okay, and then scattered us. He ran us out because we are disobedient, right? This is verse 7. And I will fan them with the fan in the gates of the land, meaning you're gonna get us out of here, with the blow, like a fan, he's gonna get us out of the land. All right. I will bereave them of children. I will destroy my people, since they return not from their ways. And that's what's gonna happen again to 2/3, all right, which are counted as heathen because the Most High don't recognize them. They don't hear the words of the church of YAHAWASHI MILLSTONE. There's good news. So it's gonna be bad news onto them, because they have yet again slapped away the hand of the Most High. So the Most High is gonna cast them away, okay, and completely cut them off. All right, this time and where now is that set time of liberty for repenting, all right, to find our way back to the Most High, not to find our way into some dollar signs. All right, but because the Most High is ever merciful, it says what in Isaiah 48, 9, he will defer his anger, for his name's sake. The Most High will defer his anger and he won't completely cast us off. And that's that remnant. That's the elect. All right, that chosen few vessels of honor that the Most High have chosen to be to be the foundation of the new world. As far as people here on the earth. The Most High is going to establish his people. His people right now who are called his people. Because not all Israel is Israel. Not all you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the children of the Most High right at the moment. Yes, you are according to flesh and blood, but not according to the Spirit. So the Most High has to clean you, and you have to come back through an honorable vessel and become righteous. All right, and that's mercy in itself. That's why the Most High says, pray not for these people for their sakes. Because if it wasn't that way, they would not be able to be in the kingdom of heaven. All right? But moving on to where I'm gonna close out, but the people have the nerve to say, "Where hast thou loved us?" Yet they say, "Where hast thou loved us?" Most High always showed nothing but love for you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Even right now, at this very moment, all the disgusting and defiled things we have done in the world, the Most High says, "I will make you clean." Even though he's an austere man, he's a no nonsense man. He says, let us reason together. He says that in Isaiah, the 1st chapter. Let us reason together. Let's deal with this, accordingly. Sup with me, and I will hear unto you. Knock and I will sup. But our people, they run away and scatter, okay? Because their deeds are evil. And they don't want to deal with the Most High, even though knowing, he's here to forgive. That's why he sent his only begotten YAHAWASHI for his blood to be, upon us, for us to be brought back to the Heavenly Father. But our people say, our people, the one who delivered, the only begotten, the one that the Most High sent, YAHAWASHI, for us to be brought back onto him. Our people say, let his blood be upon us and our children. That's what's happening today. That's what's always been happening. Why is Jake getting slaughtered in the street, getting gunned down, by the police, because this is the same generation back when Yahawashi was on the scene that said, basically off with his head, delivered Yahawashi upon the cross. Our own people did that, and the Most High has not forgotten that. The Most High has not forgotten. And he's up there, he's waiting. Even the people that have pierced him shall see, and they remember the things that they've done. And again, they're going to be ashamed at the return of YAHAWASHI. But, that's just the balance, because when at the day of visitation, the elect are going to what? They're going to shine. But, day of visitation for these worldly jakes, they're going to be ashamed, right? And everlasting shame shall be upon them. All right, but nonetheless, as a whole, the Most High is getting ready to redeem our nation, right? To redeem these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Why? For His name's sake, okay? Because He put His name upon you, all right? But this is where I'm gonna close out. This is a Zephaniah chapter. Did I write it down right? Yeah, Zephaniah chapter 3, and start at verse 19. Behold, at that time will I undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that hauleth, and gather her that was driven out. All right, that her is talking about the nation of Israel. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And the proper name is Yasharallah. He Prince of Power. Not Israel, but for edification's sake, we say Israel. All right, but continuing, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. We've been put to shame in everywhere we have been. The only time they'll cheer and clap for you is when you're entertaining them. But other than that, you being rulers of the earth, not a chance. But that's why Hosea 1:10, where it is said, "You are not my people, then shall it be said, you are the children of the Most High." Because we are the children of the Most High. There's no doubting about it. All right, but it's just that the Most High blinded them pretty much. Okay, because prophecy has to be fulfilled. But to the righteous, it's just plain as day. But to the wicked, it's a stumbling block. Okay, that simplicity that's in Yahawashi, Yahawashi Mashiach, or YAHAWASHI Yahawashi, people have they look far beyond instead of right in front of their faces. It goes into the eyes wide shut. But you look. I'm kind of going off a little bit, but veering off. I won't say going off slocky, but veering off. But you see these men here on the highways and byways. You look past the wisdom and the compassion that these men have. To in search of what we've been called here. Niggers. Spics. Wetbacks. Whatever you want to call us. These bywords and proverbs. But we are not what this world has made us out to be. We are victims of circumstance. But again, it's because this is all according to the Most High YAHAWASHI's will. But in due time, He's getting ready to exalt us, and He's getting ready to show you people, you even our own people, man, that you were wrong pretty much, okay? And the things that you have done unto His people, the Most High have not forgotten. Even Robert Kennedy said that. He said, what if, all this time, these things we've been doing unto these so-called Negroes, all of us, pretty much so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, come to find out our Maker is a so-called black man. And guess what? He is. All right, and that's this world's worst nightmare. Ain't nobody scared of a Moabite Heavenly Father. Ain't nobody scared of a so-called white man Heavenly Father. Because look at the state of the world. All right, the image of the God of this world, He has what? Long hair, pale-skinned devil with blue eyes. Ain't nobody scared of that. They make jokes about him. They crack a laugh. They wear Jesus piece and stuff like that. Ain't nobody scared of that God. The true power of existence, He is a so-called black man. All right, in the scriptures it tells you detail, what it is. All right, and what He is, because that's literally what His name is, Yahawah. He is. All right, and He's coming back to return and visit this place. Okay, and a lot of you people are in for a rude awakening. All right, but continuing, verse 21. I'm gonna close out. At that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord Yahweh. All right, the Most High is getting ready to turn back our captivity. All right, put us back in our proper state, proper mind. All right, because this is the promise that He's made unto us. All right, this is the covenant with His children. All right, back to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, down to Jacob. All right, and all the way down to the generation here today, because we are those same people. All right, but that's why we bear the indignation. Why? Because we have sinned against the Most High. So we praise Him here in our captivity until He's what? Still He begins to start to plead our cause. All right, get us up out of here. Because that's all Jake want, man. Jake just want to live peacefully and happily. Hence the name of our holy city, Jerusalem, city of peace. All right, we're a peaceful people. All right, God is a peaceful people. But we've been turned. Again, we're victims of circumstance. We become this because why? Because the Most High put these curses on us because of our disobedience. All right, but this is not our natural state, and you people are getting ready to see that. All right, and astonished, especially when these so-called UFOs come, which are the chariots of Israel, all right, to get us up out of here. But nonetheless, okay, Lord's witness is edifying, and as always, want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, MILLSTONE, Rakak, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole collective Israel. Come out of my people. All right, we're almost out of here. Shalom.